Here's the thing about ex-partners. They all have the same problem. You. Maybe you just wasn't compatible and the relationship came to its natural conclusion. Or maybe you were the problem and your ex just couldn't take it anymore. Nonetheless, you are the common denominator in everything you do and every relationship you are in. The same is true if your ex comes back and wants to reconcile. Therefore, it is hugely important that you understand a few things before even thinking about getting back with your ex. Does your ex fully understand why they dumped you? Are they coming back just because they are scared? Or was the sex so great they can't wait to get you back and taste the salty goodness? If you didn't laugh at that last joke, you're dead to me. Stay tuned to find out if your dumper is worth taking back should they want to reconcile. But before I do that, welcome back to the Love Fix. As always, it's Nick doing what I can to get you through your breakups the best way possible. Guys, if you could turn your attention to the description below, at the bottom there is a link. Hit that and you'll find all my socials to my free Facebook support group, my Instagram page, my podcast, and my one-to-one coaching services should today's video not be enough for you. So if you want to work with me and you need help getting through your personal breakup situation, book it in and I'll be more than happy to work with you. Okay, enough of my bullshit. Let's get into it. Here are 5 things you need to know before taking your ex back. Number 1, what fucked the relationship? There is a vast difference between being an irritating douche monkey in your relationship or being something more terminal like a skin disease that eats away at the very foundations of the relationship. It is important for you and your ex to know, were you just irritating each other and you needed some strategic time apart, or did the relationship have a terminal tumor the size of both your egos? What is familiar brings safety, but it also breeds contempt. We fight with the very people we love. I love my family, but there are times I would happily smash 7 shades of shit out of them for smiling too loudly. Rather than resorting to bashing them over their head with my Captain Caveman Club, we simply take some time apart, cool down, come back, hug, and say, I love you, and 9 times out of 10, that is enough. This can be especially true when you are living with someone or you have kids. It's quite normal and maybe both of you just needed some time apart to fully appreciate what you have with each other. If it was something more serious like extreme jealousy, neediness, being clingy, verbal, emotional, physical abuse, cheating, rebounding, and so on, you really must question your ex's motives to want to get back with you. Do they want you back because they really want to work on it and they are going to therapy, or did their backup plan fail and now their anxiety is at 1,000,000,000% and they see you as the remedy to soothe their bullshit? Number 2. Communication is the art of listening, not talking. What are the 3 most powerful words you can say in any relationship? If you are thinking to yourself, those words are, I love you, that is more than likely why your relationship failed. Love is never enough. To quote Mark Manson, love is an amplifier. If the relationship is good, love will amplify the good. If the relationship is toxic, love will amplify the toxicity. Therefore, the 3 most important words you can say in any relationship is, I hear you. Should your ex want to discuss a reconciliation with you, let them know you failed to hear them, but you've been working on it. Let them know you understand how frustrated they must have felt when you invalidated their feelings. It's also very important your ex has gained the same awareness. Do they acknowledge how they invalidated your feelings and how they made you feel unheard? You must learn how to establish open and honest communication to avoid past misunderstandings by taking radical responsibility for what you got wrong and practicing vulnerability. Vulnerability is the ability to say, I'm not very good in this area. I fucked up, but I am working on it. I may fall and fuck up several times before I get it right, but I want to work on this with you. I'm prepared to look in the mirror and face whatever is looking back at me. Number 3, radical responsibility. Most dumpers get this wrong because it is easier to blame the dumpy for everything to make the dumping of the dumpy easier to stomach. The fact is, we are the hero in our own story, and this is when ego becomes the enemy. Challenging someone's ego investment is challenging their identity. Dumpers must convince themselves of the narrative they are spinning about you to be able to dump you. Despite having evidence to the contrary, they will stick to their guns. A good example might be, they accuse you of the very thing they were doing in the relationship. They accused you of being anxious, jealous, but they were too equally as anxious and as jealous as you are. The point is, are they owning their shit? And are they working on it? Most dumpees have no choice but to begin working on themselves right away because the pain is so bad. The dumper has a period of relief after the breakup, and they very seldom take any responsibility for their thoughts, feelings, or actions. Therefore, you must challenge your dumper should they come back, and have the courage to call them out on the shit they got wrong. Don't allow them to hold you or the relationship hostage, because if they are coming back, it is now you who has the power. Number 4, don't fuck it up. You've successfully navigated your way through the first 3 points and you are on the verge of a reconciliation. But here's the thing about reconciliations. They have a spectacularly high failure rate because people resurrect the old relationship and set unrealistic expectations. The reason for this, in today's world, we romanticize romance and it's fucking insidiously cancerous. True love's first kiss, the power of love, I'll do anything for love, all you need is love, get on your knees and give me some fucking love, or whatever else you fucking want to call it. It's torpedoing your relationships and it's the kryptonite to reconciliations. Love is seen as some kind of final solution to every problem in relationships, but idealizing love is the very problem preventing you and your partner from finding the solution you so badly need and want. Making a new foundation based on values, respect, admiration, being each other's biggest fan, and allowing love to be a byproduct of that will greatly increase the chances of your reconciliation succeeding. This is because you left the old relationship and the toxic ideals it was built upon in the relationship graveyard. You learned the lessons from the last relationship and tried something different. Number 5, it takes 2. Both you and your ex must be willing participants in your own rescue and willing participants in the rescue of your relationship. Every ship needs a captain, but it also needs a support crew. There are parts of a relationship where you are the captain and your partner will support you. Equally, there are parts of the relationship where your partner is the captain and you will support them. Nonetheless, you both must be on the same ship at the same time, sailing in the same direction, otherwise nothing will work. Your ex may come back, but are they on your ship helping you to keep it afloat? If they have come back because their rebound failed or they're just anxious, they're merely looking for a life raft, not a ship to make their own with you. It can't just be the dumpy navigating through these 5 things. The dumper also has to be on board looking at their bullshit as you look at your bullshit. That leads me into bonus tip number 6. Not your circus, not your monkeys. If your ex comes back because they can't be on their own for any length of time, they are employing you to validate them because they cannot validate themselves. It's okay for anyone to get 20% validation from their partners, but when they need 80% or above from you, they are no longer taking care of their monkeys in their circus. Do you know what happens to unsupervised monkeys? They shit into their own hands and they throw it at you. Don't ever be in a relationship like that. And that's all I've got for today. If you've liked the video, please hit like and subscribe. But if you really, really want to help me out, you can hop over to Instagram and give me a follow there. The handle is @the.lovefix. Or hit the link at the bottom of the description and go to my link tree where all the links are. Just choose the one that is best appropriate to you and come and join. I look forward to seeing you there. As always, you are enough. You will be okay. And I am here if you want to talk. I will see you on the other side.